Hi all, this is our first lesson on new topic content. You've certainly seen Venn diagrams before, but the work on set notations is new. So a set is just a collection of things, could be numbers, could be letters, could be names, and we've got an example here of just a simple set. So set A, and we use a capital letter for a set, has got these four numbers in it. Now, you can see it's drawn between these curly brackets known as braces. And an important bit of terminology is the things in the set are called elements or members of it. Some more notation that's useful is we can see that the number 1 is in this set. A way we can show that is to say that 1 is an element of the set A. We can also show things that aren't in the set, like the number 5 is not an element of A. And we'll be using this in some of the questions later. We've got a funny squiggly E shape up here. This stands for the universal set, and that means everything we're dealing with, everything we're looking at in this question here. Now, everything we're looking at in this example is the numbers from 1 to 10. We could have also written them out in a different way, saying that we're looking at the elements greater than or equal to 1, less than or equal to 10. Means exactly the same thing as we've got here, just a different way of writing it. So we want to represent in this Venn diagram the numbers from 1 to 10, and we're going to put the prime numbers into one of the circles and the even numbers into the other. To help avoid simple slips, it's really useful just to jot down what the elements of this set are. So prime numbers up to 10 and even numbers up to 10. Just be careful when you put them in the Venn diagram to make sure you don't miss any out, you don't duplicate any. So 1 is not prime or even, 2 is both, 3 is just prime, and so on. And it is really useful to cross them out as you go, help avoid those simple slips. And once you've done it, just check. We had 4 numbers in the set here. Yep, we got 4 numbers in the set. 5 numbers here. Yep, looks good. In this example, we've got letters as our elements instead of numbers, but it works the same way. We just need to label which circle we're using for which set, and we've just got to be careful that we make sure we put them into the correct place. And again, just checking we've got the right number of elements in each of our sets. Here's one for you to try. So pause the video, have a go, and come back and check the answers once you've done it. So writing out the elements of each set. So this is the numbers greater than 0, so starting at 1, going up to less than 13, so 12 will be the highest element here. Factors of 12. And prime numbers up to 12. And you should have ended up with this. So it gets a bit trickier when we've got 3 circles in our Venn diagram, but we just follow the same processes still. So making sure we understand what it is we're looking at. The universal set is greater than 0, so starting at 1 and going up to less than or equal to 8. So that's our highest integer there. Label the sets. Doesn't matter which way around we put it, as long as the elements go in the right place. So 1 is in both X and Z. 2 is just in X, and just being careful as we go through. Seven's in none of the sets, so that goes outside. And 8 is in all 3, so that goes in the middle where all 3 circles intersect. 2 practice questions for you here. Pause the video, have a try, and then come back for the answers. So our universal set here is the factors of 36. So let's list those first. The set S is square numbers, so square numbers just out of this universal set. So we've got 1, 4, 9, no 16, no 25, but 36 is there. Only one cube number in there, which is 1, and multiples of 3. Got quite a few. Label our sets. Again, doesn't matter which way around we do this, as long as the elements go in the right place. So 1 is square and cube. 2 goes outside. And with a bit more of a random universal set like this, we need to take extra care, just making sure we're including all the elements in the right place. And you hopefully ended up with that. Second question for you here. So we've got the numbers greater than or equal to 1, going up to less than 10, so 9 will be our highest integer there. Primes in that group. Triangular numbers, hopefully you remembered this group. So they start off with the number 1. We then put another row on, which gives us 3 dots in total, the second triangular number. We then put another row on, which gives us 6 in total. And each time we add another row with 1 more dot than the previous one. That gives us 10, but that's outside the universal set, so we don't need to include that. Last one, set C, is 1 less than multiples of 4, so that'll be 3, 7, and that's all less than 10. That's all 3, so that goes where they all intersect in the middle. We're also left with 8 and 9 outside, and hopefully that's what you got. Some really important set notation here, and it'll be really handy for you to make notes on this because we need to come back to this in the next couple of tasks. So this kind of N shape you can see here, it's not actually an N, but it's like a tunnel kind of shape, means intersection. The intersection of A and B is this part of the Venn diagram where the circles intersect. So this means it's in both sets. This U symbol here means the union. So the union of A and B in this example means it's in A or B or both sets. So anywhere here in the shaded area. The last key bit of notation is the complement, which is shown by this apostrophe. So the complement of A means it's not in set A. It's everywhere else, but not in set A. So that's all the areas shaded in this diagram here. Adding numbers to these might help make a bit more sense of this. So the intersection of A and B, remember, is this part here. So the numbers in the set A intersect B just got the number 6 here. Union, remember, means it's in A or B or both. So that's anywhere in those two circles. So using set notation, this is how we'd write it out. And with sets, it's always important to write them out in numeric order. The complement of A, remember, that means not in A. So none of these, but everything else. Using our braces, putting it in numeric order, that's the set we get. Just a quick task here to practice this. Now with this code break, I'm afraid there's a terrible joke lurking in here somewhere. I do apologise for that. You can just ignore that and just know that what you'll end up with is 6 letters here that if you jumble them up, they will spell a position in a football team. So the way to do this, we've got A intersect B here. So for this one, we'll be looking for the elements in here. 6 and 12, we look for them up the top. There we go, gives us the letter E. Do the same for these next 5. And like I said, you end up with 6 letters and you can jumble those up and you'll get a position on a football team. Pause the video, give it a quick go, and then come back and check your answers. Hopefully this is what you've got. And if you unscramble them, it gives you the word winger. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video again now and have a go at the questions which are attached to show my homework. Now, there's 3 pages of them in the task. Depending on your level of confidence, choose where you want to start. What's the right place for you at the moment? Do at least one of the pages. So the first page is most straightforward. Second one's a bit trickier. Third one's a bit trickier still. If you get on absolutely fine with that third page, you may want to try the extension at the bottom of the page here. A couple of key things you need to know for this work. Just a reminder that this means it's an element of the set. For example, if the set A is this, we could say that 2 is an element of A. We could also say that 4 is not an element of A. Another key bit is this means an empty set, that there's nothing in the set, and you'll need both of these for some of the questions here. Pause the video, have a try, check your answers, and then come back for the next bit. So hopefully you're fairly confident now with this set notation, what it means. We're going to push it a bit further and have a look at some questions like this. So here we're given the complement of A intersect B. So we want to shade the area of this Venn diagram which represents this. Now, a good way to do this is if we sketch out each part. So here I'll sketch the complement of A, which is everything outside of A. Here I'll sketch B. And what we're looking for the intersect is the area which has been shaded in both of these, which is this section here. Pause the video and have a try with these questions. And like that last example, if you're finding it tricky, break it down into the two separate parts. Have a go, come back and check the answers. This is the end of the main task for today. There is an extension coming up if you've got time and you're up for that. It'd be really useful if you can message me through Show My Homework or email me just to let me know how you found the lesson today, the kind of pace of it and the amount of work involved. If you are up for it, this extension takes this task a step further. So, same idea. We want to shade here the area represented by this. It can be really useful again to break it down. So we've got set A, we've got the complement of B, and we've got the complement of C. Now what we're looking for to shade the right area for this is the area that's been shaded in all three of these. So the area we've got is this main part of set A, but not including the intersections with B and with C. So this is the first answer on this math challenge here. You can see this is the example we did, and you can match it up with the answer here. Probably the easiest way to do this is just to jot down, we've got the number and the letter. Have a try with the other ones. Obviously the ones in green are the most straightforward, the red ones are the trickiest, but see if you can match up all 9 of these. Come back and check out the answers in just a moment. Answers coming up. Hopefully you got an okay with that task. Please email me any thoughts or questions about this, and we'll continue and build on with this work tomorrow.